And hello, yes, this is the first, well, let's call it the test episode of... A pilot episode of A Bit Touched with Zach and Tony. And, yeah, it feels pretty good. We're all a little bit depressed sitting around this table right now, though, because,
the sun is out, it's a nice day. It's depressing.
It's depressing stuff.
We have...
weather.
Seasonal affective disorder.
We have Logan Conner here
Springtime.
in the studio with us / Mom's Basement.
Mom's Basement Studios.
As our first guest.
Yeah.
He came in to try and help us set up all three mics, but we could only end up get one of them working.
You tricked me. I thought I was just going to help set things up, and here I am.
Yeah,
I came to try
here
to
you are. Here you are, failing us.
Plug wires into other wires.
Yeah, we drink beer on this show.
Because we're depressed, we drink beer.
Yes.
And then we get more depressed.
Yes. Logan, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm great. I'm enjoying this beer. This is a Stiegel
Goldbrow.
Goldbrow. I've actually never had that before, but it tastes like a sunshiny field of grain.
It does.
To me.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on, I would say.
It is actually.
Like
it's so
amber
delicious.
waves. That's what I'm getting, even though it's German. But
Yeah, it's Austrian.
It's Austrian.
Oh,
actually.
Austrian.
It's
Yeah.
Austrian.
Which
My
is
apologies.
like Germany.
German light.
German, yeah.
Although isn't that where Hitler comes
Isn't it?
from?
Hitler is from Austria. Arnold Schwarzenegger's from Austria.
I mean, yeah.
So they used to be German.
Well, they speak German.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same language, basically.
It's like Canada.
They're the more German Germany, in a way.
They're more German than Germany?
I think so. The way that I view it. But then again, my perspective on Germany is mostly through Bavaria, where I've been before. And where I heard a radio advertisement where they were making fun of somebody, and it sounded bizarre. This impression, this character, speaking German, and then somebody said, "Oh, you don't recognize it? It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. He has such a strong American accent."
Oh yeah, I've heard that before. I've actually heard that before.
Yeah,
the Austrians think that his accent is so American,
right?
And they make fun of him for that, and then we, in kind,
he's just inflexible, is what it comes down to.
I mean,
he speaks probably the exact same way, and to them it sounds American. To us, it sounds Austrian or German.
Incredibly,
honestly, like I think that he sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know if anyone else really sounds like him. Like he's one of those types of guys.
I think you're right. Imagine getting him high, smoking a joint with him.
He gets high.
And just having him talk.
He was big. That's
How do you know?
That's right, he was high.
He's,
Where? How?
I've never seen that, but in that documentary before, he was super duper famous. When he was only famous for
a lot and work out.
What was that called? Pumping Iron?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely called Pumping Iron.
You would know way better.
He's
than
a hard
I do.
body in that too. He is.
Yeah. He's the hardest body that
thick.
there's ever been.
Sure.
But
nothing
one
wrong.
One of his
nothing wrong. He's the
thick, hard body.
Which is the theme today.
No, one of his last duties as the mayor or the governor of California was to help legalize the medical marijuana policy.
You said that like an old person.
He
had to the medical marijuana.
The medical pot.
What's
medical
pot?
gas.
What would you call it though? Really, if you were not on a podcast, you'd just be like pot or weed. Weed most commonly.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like a 30.
Now that we're talking about it, it kind of
yeah. I'm a 30-year-old whitey. I'd probably just call it weed.
Weed.
Or pot. You know, when I get it, when I'm trying to purchase some, I'll say, "Hey, can you get me
green,
pot? Or can you get me some
It says
weed?"
so much about the person speaking. What term they choose.
Well, like if you're trying to be like low key about it, you always say like, "Hey, do you think you can get me some
stuff?
Some green,
some stuff.
Can I get some?"
I had a buddy.
You'd be way cooler if you were like, "Give me that reefer.
Give me that." Yeah.
I want some Mary Jane.
Like, reefer is like that's an older term, I think.
Yeah.
Grass is an older term.
Grass issued. Oh, that's a good one.
I like grass.
I like grass too. Grass is way cooler.
I had a friend who was dealing it in Richmond once as a fundraiser, and
for the children, for the orphans.
And
I won't name names.
I'm not going to name anyone's name.
It wasn't a fundraiser, was it? Or was it just for stupid art shit?
It was. It wasn't for art shit. This is interesting.
Give me some money and I'll spend it on paint.
This might actually start to get incriminating, but
make a horrible.
But I mean, I don't know.
Theater show.
I don't know what
their
the
initials
statute of limitations
were.
is. No, but he
KL.
It's a he, and he used the money that he fundraised doing it. First of all, I started talking about this for a completely different reason, but he used the money to fundraise it to fund his trip bicycling across the country from Washington back to Virginia.
Oh, that really narrows it down.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I know who it is. Yes. Okay.
But he would refer to it when
you could say his name. I don't think.
I don't think he can.
Do you think he would care?
But I don't want to.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's call him Bernard.
Yeah, Bernard. But he would call it like in text and everything when he was dealing. He'd say, "Call him muffins and call me the Muffin Man," is what his term is for. So you need some muffins.
That's what he would tell his.
He would tell people, yeah. Just like
buyers.
Say, "Hey, you got any muffins today? Can you bring by some muffins?"
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
That's because he probably always had muffins as a cover, just in case he was found out.
Otis Spunkmeyer.
The officer, I have the muffins right here.
See?
Would you like a muffin?
Muffins.
They're filled with pot.
I baked them with pot. Pot
Not the best cover.
Oh my god. So what else is new? Oh yeah. Anyways, let us explain this a little further before we keep going into conversation.
Oh right.
Yeah. Name of the show is going to be A Bit Touched with Zach and Tony.
Because we are.
Actually,
it's
we're
your dad's idea.
Yeah, my dad came up with the name. We were trying to throw out a lot of names. A couple of them were assholes are like Zach and Tony's, or everyone's got one. It's horrible names.
Opinions are like Zach and Tony's.
Everybody's got an asshole.
We're replacing the word asshole with Zach and Tony.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, it was clearly very memorable because you guys have got
horrible drunken ideas. We were just throwing out there.
I just enjoy calling ourselves assholes.
Yeah, so do I.
But A Bit Touched I like because my dad would, pick on me for being a dumb kid when I was a kid.
Yeah.
He would even call me like Lenny, which we later played.
We were going to play together.
Yeah. Of Mice and Men. But he would call me Lenny because I would pick up our pets and squeeze them and torture them. Not torture them, but I'd pick them up and like hug them too much.
You were like Lenny.
Yeah, I really was like Lenny in that respect.
You were a bit touched.
But he would use a bit touched,
You still are kind of like that when you're drunk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You get really huggy and really squeezy, a little glassy-eyed and a little scary. A little scary.
Like you might squeeze too hard.
Like when people show up at a party and like you see them for the first time and you're like already 3 sheets to the wind. And you're like, oh God! I can't believe it.
Oh yeah. I've taken a step back from the hugging these days.
After the lawsuit.
I just can't keep going to court. It's costing me too much money.
And anyways, our first guest obviously is Logan Conner.
Welcome to A Bit Touched.
And
you're gonna get a bit touched.
You are.
This is what's unnerving about it.
Done.
You said that
just happened.
I was here just plugging cables into cables.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, let's. You're going to be on the show, right? I'm like, okay. And you're like, it's called A Bit Touched. And then no explanation. My mind went all kinds of places. And I'm still very nervous.
There's a surprise at the end. But right now, I don't think it's much of a surprise as...
Welcome to the first ever Catholic podcast, A Bit Touched.
Oh.
God.
You guys see that movie Spotlight?
Oh God, no! I heard it's good, but it sounds awfully depressing.
It's good and depressing, and nothing happens, but it's still good. That's what I find amazing about it is that there's hardly any action in it. It's just a bunch of people.
Good. I'm glad there's not a lot of action showing in that movie.
Listen,
that wasn't the reason why we're going to see that.
It's that like flashback dream sequence. Oh
my God!
But you recommend the movie.
Yeah, yes.
If you're into journalism.
Definitely if you're into journalism. But also it's
justice.
Journalism and justice.
And pedophilia. Exactly. If you're into one of those 3 things.
It kind of makes you feel bad for being a pedophile, I would say.
Yeah.
So if you're a pedophile, maybe
are you saying as a pedophile you felt bad?
No. That is not what I'm saying.
Yeah, actually that movie's probably a horror movie for pedophiles, I'm assuming.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably.
Just getting chased down by Mark Ruffalo's and Michael Keaton's.
Yeah.
Dead. He's stabbed to death.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Why wouldn't we clone them and send them after pedophiles? Why wouldn't we do that?
No, Mark Ruffalo especially.
Is also the Hulk,
Absolutely.
And Michael Keaton's Batman. I mean, it's like having
That's true.
Having journalist Batman and the Hulk after you.
And Liev Schreiber. Liev Schreiber. He was Sabretooth.
There you go. All these superheroes.
Coming after pedophiles.
Half-brother is an actor. His dad was an actor.
His half-brother is... It's
Pablo.
Pablo, not Pablo.
Schreiber?
Pablo.
It's Pablo Schreiber. But it was parents, like, he grew up in, like, a hippie commune, I think, in Canada, in British Columbia. I'm probably wrong about all this, but it's something like that. And then that guy is, how would you best recognize him? Because he's done a lot of stuff.
Leave?
No, Pablo.
Oh, no, I recognized him
just
recently because of that new show on HBO that she's fucking great in, with the two pilots. The co-pilot, he's the main pilot, and he's got the little tiny co-pilot with, what the hell is it called? Jack Black's in it? Come on, you know it.
I don't know it.
The Brink.
The Brink.
With Tim Robbins and Jack Black.
Tim Robbins is
crushes it.
Everybody crushes it. Everybody crushes it.
You know that's not getting another season, but fucking Ballers or whatever it is.
Really? I was looking forward to the second season of that.
I know.
What the fuck's Ballers?
I don't know.
With The Rock and Rob
That
Corddry.
show sucks.
I know.
Well, it doesn't suck. It's just like
I never watched it, but I've
Brian
heard
Gartland said it best. It's like the sports version of that
Entourage.
Mark Wahlberg Entourage fucking show, man.
Yeah.
Which is played out. Every show ends, no problems.
Which is the
You're
male
the
Sex
target
and the City.
market, though, for Entourage.
Us?
You, not Zach.
Yeah.
Fuck Zach. Play to me. Give me.
And you don't like Entourage?
I do like it. It's fun, but it's like, why would you create another show like that, renew that fucking show, and then The Brink is canceled? The Brink is actually
The Brink
a really
is
good
a
show.
different show.
Different.
It's unique.
Yep.
It's like a comical West Wing meets, I don't know, what's the one on Showtime? The Homeland.
Yeah, man.
It's like a comical Homeland, basically.
That's really depressing. Yeah. That's really
Well,
really
let's
depressing.
drink.
Yeah, let's drink to that, goddammit.
To the brink.
To the brink.
And anyways, Logan Conner is the first guest because he is the what are you, Logan? What do you do? And why do
the
we
inspiration for us doing this?
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
I mean,
You and Nick
Taylor.
But explain yourself real quick.
I put myself out there.
It's true.
I have a literal soapbox that I take to street corners. And I call it a podcast, but it's not recorded.
Yes.
I just share my feelings.
This is
A lot of it is important religious messages for people.
People avert their eyes as they walk
People
by.
who need to be saved.
Yeah.
Are usually the ones that walk faster.
And they do. And when they do that, I shout louder at them.
I mean, that's the best way to get through
Yep.
them, I think.
No, I
Besides hitting them.
No, that's all false. And the reality is, I just do a bunch of things that are portmanteau names, including a media group. I'm going to call us now Awesome Monster, a photography company,
Yeah.
Photography.
Yep.
and an alternative and a experimental theater group, Show Party.
Yeah.
So it's all about the same number of syllables.
Yeah.
Each thing.
Yeah.
It's
about
we're
3 syllables for each project.
We are
Yes.
pretty much trying to model ourselves after what you are doing. It's just kind of it's a little dorky.
Then you should call this something more along my naming scheme, I think.
Well,
A bit touched.
A bit touched.
A bit
yeah.
touched, it's too many words.
With
You
Zach
gotta-
and Tony.
If you made it one word with no spaces.
What do you mean? Oh, Awesome Monster.
A bit touched.
Yeah, right.
A bit
Awesome Monster
touched.
Show Party.
A bit touched.
Photography.
Oh. Well, we don't want to be exactly like you.
It'd be like...
There's a lot of things we don't like about you.
Touchy talky.
Show's got a new name. Show's got a new
How
name.
much time we got? Like 20
Touchy
minutes?
talky.
You know what? Scratch that. A bit touched. We're now touchy-talky.
How do we know?
Yeah, I
How
don't
does it
even
say?
see time.
It's measuring it in
irrelevant.
beats.
Oh, how many beats have we got,
Measures.
man?
535 now.
Yeah.
Slick grass, yo.
That's
Slick
let's grow
grass.
some grass and smoke a. What's a cool word for joint?
Roach?
No,
No,
roach?
that's not.
That's like
That's
the
a bad-
end of
It's the end of the
joint.
joint.
Yeah.
How many other words for joint?
Let's smoke a paper
There's
snake.
a spliff.
Spliff,
which is
I think
and
tobacco
weed.
and
Yeah.
But I don't know if it is only that. But that's
Paper
what I
snake.
think of.
Paper snake. Let's smoke the white worm.
Ooh.
Let's smoke. Let's
Rather
smoke. I'm
unfortunate.
trying to think of what it looks like.
You,
it looks like
okay, what it looks like?
You're trying to come up with a new.
the
With a
new.
new slang. How about little dick?
Well,
Smoke a little dick.
Pass that little dick around.
let's roll some glass and smoke some dick.
That's a Brian Gartland.
Yes.
That's a Brian Gartland joke.
Yeah.
Because
Anybody want to smoke some pole right now? I'm pretty sure we
you
got some
go
more.
smoke some drugs to S some D to suck some
He
dick.
does. He gets really sexual
Yeah.
about his innuendos.
Yeah.
And it's a little letdown when he takes you into the bathroom and he wants to smoke weed with you.
I know.
Yeah.
You're thinking you're about to get
Not
that
what you
DJ.
thought it was going to be. Yeah. Thinking you're going to get something.
Just for clarity's sake, we've mentioned two people, Brian Gartland and someone who is not named Bernard Hopkins. I want to be clear, that is not the same person.
No, not the same
yeah.
person. Actually, it's not.
He would be incapable of riding across the
Yeah.
country.
I don't know if he could ride down a block.
I don't know if
Serious.
I don't know if he could walk down the block. To be honest with you,
Can't wait till he hears this one.
It's not that he's out of shape. Is he? Well, let's. Now
I mean,
we're
he's not.
Now we're.
All right, let's.
Now with
Yeah.
with Logan's. It got a little.
Oh, I did. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
You went.
I did bring it up in the first place. No, I think what's surprising about his lack of athletic ability is that he doesn't look that bad. He looks like a normal person.
Yeah.
And
true.
I've played sports with him. And I think he's very coordinated.
Incredibly.
He's coordinated
Yeah.
enough.
He's better at throwing than I am.
You know what it is?
I throw like a girl.
I just don't think
throws
he
like a
wants
man.
it enough. That's what it is.
He doesn't what?
Doesn't want it enough.
You could say that about everything with him except for weed, though.
Oh, he's good at it.
Well, I'm just talking about.
And maybe his shows.
His shows too.
Talking
yeah.
about
Biking
Infinite
across the
Sundays.
country.
Oh, okay. Biking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't want to bike
Doesn't
across
have
the
the-
country
yeah.
enough
No.
to bike across the country.
Yeah.
I know very few people who would want to do that.
I would love to
I would like to now
if
that
I had the time.
Now that I bike everywhere, I would like to.
it's just fun.
If I had the time and the money. Now I know how to get the money.
Yeah.
Selling weed.
Yeah.
But
Well, we've all learned something here.
Should we do any more explanation of what
You
this
have
show
a-
is? I think we're good. Yeah, basically we're going to come
I
on
still don't know, but
once or
that's fine.
twice a week. We're going to have an intro when we're going to talk about ourselves, and we're going to talk about who our
Talk
guest
about
is
our
going to be.
weeks. Yeah.
Talk about the news, and then we're going to do a weekly review of something we tried, and then we're going to have the guest come on. This week, I mean, that's sort of what's going to happen. Yeah, I'm going to fix that in a second. So, yeah.
Well, the thing in the news that I
right back.
would like to bring up, I guess, is March Madness having ended now that it's April, and now we've got the Final Four that happened yesterday.
Thank God.
And I know, I'm glad. I'm glad it's over now too. But now the championship game is tomorrow, and college basketball is my favorite. I think
All year long?
all year long. Yeah,
Not just March.
not just March. Yeah.
Yeah.
I follow the Kansas Jayhawks because of my father, and so I literally watched the whole season starting in November. Their season ended.
That picked up on the. That was a dog.
That was it.
There was a quick flap, flap, flap. That's just a dog.
There's a dog running
Put your
around.
Montees.
His name is Danny.
Yeah.
He's got some issues. He needs to be
all right.
around Tony.
He's a
all the
rescue
time.
It
dog.
was a flappy sound. It's
So
fine.
when I went walking away for a split second there, he came back.
It was a perfectly normal dog sound.
Yeah, maybe he was excited about March Madness.
Yeah.
Maybe. But anyway, we've got the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Villanova Wildcats playing tomorrow. for the
When did
championship
Syracuse
game.
play?
Syracuse played and lost badly
Oh,
to
did they?
North Carolina yesterday.
Oh wow,
I
I didn't know that.
there were two basically blowout games yesterday. And fuck North Carolina, I hate them. I just hope.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Everybody does hate them.
I
talk
don't.
to. You don't hate them?
You like them?
Well, because I always see it as like UNC versus Duke rivalry is the context I always think
so
of.
you pick one or the other.
And I definitely hate Duke. So I mean,
Duke is the more hateable team in my opinion.
yeah.
Because it's a kind of a private school, right?
Right,
and,
right.
And it's a lot of kind of rich, preppy sort of
Yeah.
the man type
Yeah.
people go there.
Who's hated the most of these four teams? Duke, North Carolina, Kansas, or Kentucky?
Duke, probably, but Kentucky's up
Kentucky's won more championships, right? Or
I think so.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
Kentucky's always there.
Kentucky's one of those
Even
schools
more than Kansas,
where it's like they're all pretty racist.
Liking those Italian head coaches, though. I'm liking the Italian head coaches that Kentucky goes with.
I like Calipari. It's just
Patino. They got Calipari.
Patino?
Yeah, Patino before him. Patino before.
Oh,
Calipari.
really? And then he went to Syracuse.
And then he went. No, he never coached Syracuse. Then Patino went to Boston Celtics.
Oh, that's right.
He coached the pros for a few years.
I think Duke is more hated than the Yankees.
Louisville. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
because I maybe, you know what? I can get behind that.
I don't think it's as passionate, maybe, because I feel like there are more baseball fans that have like a real rooting interest.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like college basketball, most people sort of just tune in for March. They're like, oh, good, somebody's playing against Duke. I'll root for them. Sure. But this is the pilot episode, and we want to know what you think. So please write in at I was touched at touchedpodcast.com. No?
And I was once touched. I was once touched.
Please write into your local law enforcement office.
If you have an opinion about the format of the show, just shout it out right now, and we'll listen. Just go for it.
Thank you for your
good.
feedback.
Yeah, thank you. Then we will definitely talk more pussy.
Your opinion is noted, and you can shut the fuck up.
There's someone listening with their earbuds in the break room at work, and they just shut it out. Pussy!
You know what this podcast needs? More pussy.
Well, we're shut out on pussy.
It's got a dog, that's it.
Yeah, we got a little doggy here. We got a little doggy. Where'd he go? Danny?
Well, he's taking a nap.
Oh, he's terrified. He hates Logan.
It's true.
He's following him around, growling at him the entire time.
I am very threatening, to be fair.
Especially when you're upside down on that rack there, the back stretcher. So he was upside down. Danny was staring at him going,
Why do you have a rack that flips you upside down?
I think it's supposed to help you.
I think it's supposed to
stretch your back out. So I was on it once and I had a hard time getting off of it. And that's it. Just never did it again.
It reminds me of something that they'd have in the Munsters. You know?
Why?
Nope.
Like the Grandpa Munster.
You're on your own.
Sleep upside down.
Oh.
Are you like 60? Are you a 65-year-old?
That was one of my Nick at Night shows.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch shows on Nick at Night?
Yeah.
I watched that and Taxi, basically, were my Nick at Night shows.
Kind of. What show did I watch on Nick at Night? Nah, fuck all that shit. I watched like Snick. Remember Snick on Nickelodeon?
Yes,
remember
but
Snick?
You abbreviate. Isn't it
Snickelodeon? No, is it
something?
SNICK?
What does that mean?
Snick was like
Saturday?
the teen. Snick was like the teen Nickelodeon.
It was the late night Nickelodeon on Saturdays.
Before
that had Are You Afraid of the Dark? Saturday, Are You Afraid of the Dark? And it had some other stupid shows
that were slightly more adult. Yeah, all that probably. They probably had Ren and Stimpy on there and shit like that.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, it was like it was
the slightly more adult shows.
Slightly more adult stuff.
By adult, I mean the slightly more adolescent, I guess.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy, kind of fucked up show. They were doing some weird stuff.
I watched some of it recently. It's good.
Yeah,
it's just the animation and it's so conceptually fucked up, kind of, to be showing kids just brutalization of these.
I remember biting on like
pets,
like a blister. One of them
popping
blisters and stuff.
They'd constantly be like pulling teeth out, and they'd have the nerves. They'd like draw the nerves in like
real close ups.
Yeah.
Detail.
So weird.
Do we have enough time? We could do a whole episode of Ren and Stimpy.
I mean, just talking about Ren and Stimpy?
We'll just pick an episode and then we'll go through it plot point by plot point.
And we'll watch it. And we'll do like a live commentary.
We'll Beavis and Butthead Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's do it now.
We're not doing that. That could be our review.
A Ren and Stimpy episode? Yeah.
So that's another segment.
This might be 25 years too late, but we just watched season 1, episode 1 of Ren and Stimpy, and we're going to give you the rundown. Turn off the podcast now if you don't want any
Stimpy spoilers.
Yeah.
Might be spoilers. But that's another segment that we're going to do on this show, is a review segment. I actually got the idea from a Comedy Central show. What's that fucking guy's name? He was in everything for a long time too.
Henry.
Dave Attell.
Zach.
Really weird. Yeah, well,
Bill.
He's blonde hair, buggy eyes.
Ooh.
Timothy Dalton.
Fucking
Andy Richter. Andy Daly.
Andy Daly.
Daily.
Andy Daly.
Fuck, I was way off.
Review.
Review.
I've seen the show.
Oh,
Review.
the
It's
review.
great.
Yeah.
And he reviews
I give Review
life
4 out of
events.
5 stars as a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Like, it's almost great.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
There are things about it that really are truly great and stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on The Office. He was on a great episode of The Office.
So why don't, instead of Degerberg, we'll save that for later.
Yeah.
Today's review can be the show
Review.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We'll review,
Well,
which isn't even on anymore.
So the highlights for Review, well, you can always go back. I'm sure people can find it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's worth doing, especially if you're into comedy, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty unusual show.
Yeah.
The most things that happen nowadays are a takeoff of something else.
Yeah, for sure.
This has definitely never happened before.
Right. I agree.
A show about a character who's dedicated to reviewing the things that happen in life.
Yeah, basically. Any sort of life event. And it's kind of anything that a viewer writes in about.
Right.
And I was kind of shocked about... Not shocked. I didn't expect that show to be like that because the only two things I had known him from was The Office. He was on The Office as a bit character for one episode. And he was also one of the best parts of Semi-Pro, the great Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah, my favorite Will Ferrell movie, I think.
Yeah.
I also know him from great podcasts like Comedy Bang Bang. He does a lot of characters that appear on that.
And he was on Drunken History as well.
A Drunken History, I'm sure. Although I don't think I've seen him on that show. What episode? What did he talk about?
He was on the Benjamin Franklin one, right? Maybe?
Oh, like an actor on it.
Yeah, an actor on Drunk History.
Yeah. And then also Super Ego podcast, which is another improv podcast, which I really like.
Yeah, he's one of them improv guys.
Yeah, exactly.
We should see if we can get him on this show.
I'll write to him. I don't know what he's doing lately. I haven't seen him around.
Yeah, Review got canceled, you said.
Yeah, I think so.
Unjustly.
Yeah,
it was great.
That happens.
The best episode to me, or the best segment that he does, is he has to eat, 15 pancakes?
And he reviews eating 15 pancakes.
Wonderful. Like, the majority of the stuff he does is truly painful and disturbing. Like
addiction.
Getting addicted to drugs.
Right.
And all these other things.
Yeah.
But
he got a divorce, or his wife left him or something.
Because somebody wrote into his show and said, what's it like to get a divorce? He got a divorce.
And
that's the kind of show it is.
Yeah.
But then this pancake one seems so mundane.
Yeah. Oh, I love
so
that.
innocent.
Yeah.
But ends up just being just awful.
Is that because was it too many pancakes? Was that the issue?
That's the issue, exactly.
There's some though. I wish that I could remember these, but you're right. The more mundane and kind of simple they seem,
the more they
can
kind of crank it up.
result in way worse effects.
What was he doing? Like just vomiting by the end of that episode, or
just once at the end? No, they saved the vomiting for the very end. But
course.
it's while he's eating the
all you need is
pancake.
one.
While he's eating the pancakes, he's got like a cold glass that he's just like holding to his forehead as he's like about to pass out. Like it starts out and already he's like, well, I've eaten 2 pancakes and I am already feeling quite full.
And
then he's like, I'm 7 pancakes in and they're no longer warm. Why did I do this?
Yes, great.
Actually,
I don't need to watch the episode, so I'll watch you talk about it. And I'll laugh.
That's hilarious because it's true.
Pancakes. Good Lord.
IHOP does the all you can eat pancakes
It's just the
thing
first
once
2
a year.
bites. It's not even the first pancake. I don't even want a whole pancake.
Right.
I want a whole pancake, and then I'll take 3 bites and then throw the rest of it away.
Basically.
Because it just becomes awful at that point.
Yeah. It gets cold. It gets rubbery and hard.
Yeah.
But if I had to listen, if I had to eat 15 pancakes to review it in real life, I would murder 15 pancakes.
Nope.
I don't think you would.
Oh, I
don't
guarantee
think
it.
you would.
Like how thick of pancakes are we talking? Are we talking
Regular pancakes.
waffle-sized
Regular
pancakes?
size,
yeah.
Those are big pancakes, but I can still do it.
Not even thick, plate sized.
This
Okay,
is,
great.
what,
You know
8
what?
inches?
Yeah, like
What
a
do you
small
take out?
plate,
Let's see.
small
How big is
plate-sized
that?
pancake.
All right, that looks to be
8
about
inches.
dick size.
Yeah, well, dick size,
Diameter.
plate size, whatever it is. I'm gonna fucking plow through
15?
those dick-shaped pancakes.
I
I am. 15 is not that much.
What are your
It's not that
credentials,
much.
Tony? What's the most of anything you've ever eaten?
Oh, get out of town. I've eaten 3 Chipotle burritos once.
3
Jesus.
Chipotle burritos.
I don't know. I lied, but I definitely ate 2. I definitely ate 2. I've definitely eaten 2. But I could.
2 is nothing.
I could go crazy.
2.
And also, I had 5 pancakes last week. And I wanted more.
5 is
I
nothing.
wanted
a third.
way more.
That's a third of what he's talking.
But he was bitching by
5?
2. I know
He
it's
was.
a show.
That's true.
He was bitching by 2.
He was.
Well,
Could you eat 15?
How big were the 5
I
pancakes?
think
you
that
had?
I could.
I mean, they were like normal sized pancakes.
Well, that's
What's
yeah,
a
that
normal
would be
sized
fine.
pancake? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
We're putting our Zach is putting his finger and thumb together.
Making our fingers into the shape of C's.
That's
Pointing at
why I
each other.
tried to put it in inches.
Right.
Because you can't see the C's of our hands.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's say that's like 6 inches, right? Pointer to thumb.
I think a good way of thinking about it is the diameter of a human face.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think
I'm
like,
looking at your face right now.
Just
and I
look
can
at
eat that.
someone's face and just think
And how
that's the
thick?
size of the pancake.
How thick?
I think your plate,
Quarter
your
of an inch
average
thick?
regular thickness.
Quarter of an
Quarter of an
inch
inch thick?
to a half inch.
Yeah.
Quarter,
Half inch in the middle.
A half inch pancake. That's ludicrous. It's a huge pancake.
No, it's not.
That's
That's a huge pancake. Quarter of an inch pancake.
What's a half inch? It's maybe the average last knuckle of your thumb, from the tip of your thumb to the first knuckle. That's a half inch.
That's a full inch.
Is that an inch?
From here to here, that's an inch. From there to
only
there,
there
is
was
an
some
inch.
way of knowing.
From the fingernail to the tip of your thumb, that's probably like about a half.
Well, it's whatever it is. It's the king's thumb that we all measure by.
Anyways, whatever the
One
anyways,
stride of the king
15.
equals 1 yard.
I could get down on. I could dominate
No, you
15.
couldn't. No way.
Well, let's do it.
I don't think you could dominate 15. I think that you could maybe pull it off, but I think you
Right.
you
You'd
know.
be in pain
Yeah,
at
you'd
some
be-
point.
yeah.
I honestly
pain
don't
for
think I'd be in
sure.
pain.
15.
I don't think I'd be in pain. I think I would be sad that I could do it. I'd be sad at my body and myself, and I'd be depressed. I'd feel fat and disgusted.
In high school, I went.
But I could do it because I want more. Even I hate myself.
In high school, I went to IHOP for all-you-can-eat pancakes. It was me and my
That
buddies.
sounds awful.
It is. It generally is. But I was there with basically my high school crew, and we'd go out every weekend and do yada yada. And we ran into the girl versions of us from our high school.
Yeah.
It was like
Oh,
four
yeah.
girls and 4 guys.
Right?
And
Nice.
we had like a little pancake eat off. And
Yeah.
I,
What
of
does that
course-
mean? Pancake
I-
eat off, right? What does that mean?
There was some salad tossing in there, or no, some rim jobbing. Both.
Either
The same
or,
thing.
either or,
There were
either
some
or, not
cunts and some
the
assholes.
greatest thing that you could be doing.
But one of them
with these chicks.
was a Chinese exchange student, and she was in love with me because of how much I could eat.
Really?
Yeah, She
Really?
was like she would like
Damn, I need to go to
she
China.
like
Cleft for you?
like she would be staring at me as it was like, and everyone else is kind of laughing and joking, and she would like.
Did she try and date you?
Wait, stare in a sexual objectification kind of way, or stare in just like an
Like she
impressed
wanted to
way?
make you her boyfriend?
It felt at first to me, and of course this is how I took it at the time because I was ignorant to the ways of women.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
looking back, and I think I even remember conversations with my buddies after the fact being like, she like totally would have hooked up with you. Then again, I'm not really good with when there's like a sort of cultural disconnect, even like a language barrier of sorts. I don't know. I was bad at communicating with women who spoke
That's a weird thing
English
to know about
really
yourself.
well.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just for a split second there, I just imagined making out with you after you had eaten 15 pancakes. And you have like syrup just coming
syrup.
down your mouth.
It would
Your mouth is
probably-
sticky.
it would
And I
probably
was just
be-
kinda
That's
gross.
what
I
makes it
grossed
so
myself
hot.
out pretty hard. I
That's
grossed
what makes
myself
it
out pretty
hot.
hard.
It's
Yeah.
hot and tasty.
But to this person, what should we call her? What's her name? Did you remember?
We can call her Anne.
Let's
'cause
call her
something
Anne.
along
It was
those
something like that.
lines. Yeah.
Her name was Grace. But Anne, that's what she was into.
Well, yeah, and so you get like for a while there, your competitive eaters were from like Japan or China, right? Like
No, just Japan.
Kobayashi.
China's not known for competitive
Yeah,
eating.
it's not really. It's a very new trend. Look, we know.
well, Japan-
Tony and I know all about
Not,
competitive
Yeah,
I mean,
guess
well,
so.
sumo
Kobayashi
wrestlers,
changed
sumo wrestlers is
everything.
not new.
Okay.
That's different. That's true. Sumo
Yeah, and
wrestlers
then
have
walking
been
into
a thing.
restaurants and eating stuff was actually like cool or something. I heard that somewhere. Like they would love
Because
when
of
like
sumo
a sumo
wrestlers?
wrestler would come in and just eat
Yeah.
the shit out of the restaurant. I don't know. I heard that somewhere.
Sumo is old. That's true. And they definitely, their training is not just, it's not even logical, how do I gain weight? It's just like, how do I eat as much as possible?
Yeah, and Kobayashi, the guy's like a fucking...
But Kobayashi's totally different.
That guy, like, he's got an upside down stomach or something. Like, did you hear about that?
That's a... What?
No, that is true. He has like a different type, an issue with his stomach.
I thought he just had a really high metabolism.
That makes him better at eating. So he can fit more in
at
a higher volume.
He became famous because of the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, where he could eat more hot dogs than anybody, and a bunch of other stuff. And then there was also a woman,
Jimmy Chestnut or something,
the Black Widow from Maryland. She's like half Vietnamese, half black. She also has a very high metabolism. She's tiny,
and then the fridge,
and does all these. But that's a big person, isn't it?
He's a huge person, yes. But he was
that's
also,
the way it was traditionally.
Well, I mean, he was he played for the Bears,
Yes, Refrigerator Perry. Yeah. It used to be only gigantic people in food eating contests, and in the past 15 years, suddenly these tiny people with very high metabolisms.
They're a little. It's a little strange. The whole thing is a little strange to me. It makes my heart hurt just even thinking about the amount of food that they're.
Oh, your heart should hurt when I eat more pancakes than you. At this pancake eating contest.
Yeah, but listen the pancakes,
we're getting this thing off the ground.
There also is no time limit on my pancake thing. And
what do you mean no time limit?
And
why
would
there be a time limit? This asshole in the fucking review is fucking eating 15 pancakes over hours.
Yes, hours would be fine with me, but this has got to be within 3 hours.
Okay,
I would say it's a time limit.
That's you just pulled it out of your ass.
Well, you can't sit there and be like,
one meal.
All right, I ate 7 pancakes.
Tomorrow,
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, and
that's bullshit.
I mean? It's got to be at one sitting.
What are you trying to pull here, buddy?
Okay, well, 3 hours. In 3 hours, I'll eat 15 pancakes.
I could easily eat 15 pancakes in my lifetime.
I think I could, but I think I could still eat more pancakes than you.
Let's do this. Let's all three of us eat pancakes.
That's a more pancake challenge, not like a fast pancake eating. Which is a good challenge.
If you would like to place a bet on who can eat the most pancakes, just write in at touchedpodcast@aol.org.
The name of the podcast has changed every time we talk about it.
Right.
Bit touched.
Touchy talky.
Touchy talky.
Hey, I'm trying to help here.
Yeah, that's why
Touchy
you're
talky.
here.
Yeah, so this is the test, the pilot and test, and we're figuring this out still. Of the what's that? Inaugural. Yeah, that is the word of a bit touched with Zach and Tony. Our first guest was Logan Conner, our good friend, and this is the third inaugural and pilot episode that he's done with us.
Before we officially sign off, Logan, do you want to give any sort of restate
who
your
are
plugs, as it were?
Check out Show Party, Photography, OOMPHOTOGRAPHY.
I have no idea, bro. I was just staring at your mouth and drooling.
That was close.
Is it 2 O's? 2 O's at the beginning?
2 O's.
So it's like OOM photography.
Yeah.
Awesome Monster.
Yep.
And
awesome.
If you'd like to rate this or review this podcast, just shout out the number of stars now.
5?
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
I knew it.
It'd be hard to top that.
Yes.
First time is always the best time.
Well, we might as well call it quits.
Is that true? All right. Well, that's it. We're
true
signing
for sex.
off.
It's not true for anything.
We're signing off, but not really. And goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
I'm down if you are too. You're carrying all the hate. I'm carrying a grudge I got to lose. I don't want to get to the right.